Hello, Soul Surfers. How are you doing today? Soul Surfer Dave here. And today we're going to talk about how to release your guilt, be free, right? Last video, we talked about guilt being one of the reasons why you punish and sabotage yourself. We're going to dive deeper into that, both from a larger spiritual perspective and a concrete physical form perspective. In other words, how it relates to our daily lives. So according to A Course in Miracles, the ego is one gigantic belief that you separated from source, from God, spirit, all that is, whatever you call source. We didn't, but we believe we did. We're having an experience we did, right? Everything's separate. We have to work at experiencing what I call a soulgasm, that juicy, love, vibrant energy that I have always been obsessed with living more from. So by and large, if you're not able to connect with that whenever you want, now I don't live from there 24/7 at all, but that's my goal. I still have my stuff, my distractions, my ego, false beliefs, but pretty much mostly anytime I want, except from going through something emotional, I can connect with that juicy energy. And I spent a lot of years doing that. I want to save you time, money, and effort. And one of the main things, let me back up a second. So we have this belief in separation. This caused a lot of other false beliefs and negative states of being. Because being a false belief, ego can only create more false beliefs because of what it is, right? One of the main ones is guilt. It feels guilty. We disrespected spirit, said, if we're going to go do our own thing, I don't need you. I had everything, right? The story of the prodigal son is reflective of that. And I'm going to go do my own thing. So part of us believes that God, spirit, is upset and is going to punish us. Now it's not. I have felt spirit, God, my soul, and it's only pure love. It's amazing, right? There's not an ounce or any trace of negativity. So ego has taken it upon itself to play God and punish and condemn ourselves. So what that leads to is we believe we're guilty SOBs. We're just like condemned. And just like in a court of law, if you say, rob a liquor store or do something harmful to somebody or, take any crime, it's punishable. It deserves and demands punishment. And so you can think of ego almost as one big gigantic belief in punishment. How you punish yourself is very creative. It could be your basic overall happiness, that you're never really genuinely happy. You're always chasing something or someone to fulfill you. It could be you're stuck at a financial ceiling. It could be your health is failing. These are all ways we're so powerful. We are creating that reality. Okay, the part of us, and again, from A Course in Miracles, I didn't come up with this. I couldn't, this is like advanced stuff. But the part of us, I tested it out, and it may not resonate with you, but this is just what I've experienced. The part of you that believes you're guilty is a lot of times out of our awareness. It's almost like it's directing our behavior and what happens to us because it believes we're guilty. So it has all these things happen. Remember, we're powerful, so we're creating all the time. What you create is up to you. That you do create or not create is not. We're always creating. It's how spirit created us. We're creators, creator beings. So going back to the topic, how to release this. There's something in the Course in Miracles, a concept of true forgiveness. Not the forgiveness that you sinned and I'm going to forgive you, but that you're forever innocent anyway. So the basic philosophy is 3 steps, and it's helpful to use these 3 steps at first until you get the concept, but it is simple. First of all, let's say you use this when something upsets you. In this case, we're using it for guilt, right? Say you feel guilty about something in the past that you did. Or if you don't, just trust the process and realize that there perhaps could be a subconscious guilt at work. You say, I created this. I created this guilt. The second step, I forgive myself for creating it. I forgive myself for creating it. Okay. These 2 steps, you're taking responsibility and taking your power back. Because to give it away would be to say it's being done to you. Then it's pretty hopeless and feel powerless, right? But if it's being done by you, all the negative stuff in your life, then that's different. Then you can change your mind about it. You can stop doing that and take your power back from the point where you think you are. In other words, I'm here and I'm punishing myself. I don't want to do that anymore. And the third step is I choose my higher power, soul, God, whatever you want to call it, instead of my ego's guilt, instead of my ego, instead of whatever name it upset you. You can use this for anything, not only guilt, but whatever upsets you. Now, the first 2 steps require your participation. You're setting up the willingness and permission. The third step, you as soul, your higher power, the part of you that remembers who you are, goes to work to heal that guilt, heal that belief in separation, and peels off layers of it like an iceberg. And like an iceberg, when you do it, you may not feel any shift consciously, because deep down in that iceberg of guilt, layers are being peeled away, melted away, and the conscious mind may not feel it. The tip of the iceberg may not even notice it. But sooner or later, usually sooner, if you keep doing this, you wake up one day and you're like, whoa, something feels different. I feel lighter. Something's different at a fundamental, core, permanent level. So as simple as it is, do not underestimate the power of it. So again, the first step is to recognize, hey, I'm co-creating this. I am co-creating this on a level that I was unaware of, but I'm still attracting it. I'm still punishing myself, this guilt. I forgive, step 2, I forgive myself for punishing myself, for believing that I'm guilty. Step 3, I choose my soul, my higher power, my love, instead of this guilt. And you can add, I give you permission to release as much as I can possibly release of it. So test it out. Write any, ask any questions in the comments here. And related to this is, you can get a free video on what is a soul awakening and why it's so important. If you go to soulpoweredhealing.com. What is a soul awakening, a soulgasm, and why is it so important to your life? So, and there's a soul-powered money flow activation in that same video. So if you go to soulpoweredhealing.com, you can get that. I hope this has helped. Guilt will ruin your life, ruin your happiness, ruin your chances at having what you want. Recognizing this is starting to take your power back. So test it out, check it out, and write in the comments any questions you might have. All love and light to you until next time.